Simple sentence, the form, the structure, simple, compound, and complex compound. Okay? So now, let's go to the definition. Simple sentence is? Good. So, it is a group of words that has one idea. Is it dependent or independent? Independent idea. Good. Now compound, for example, Ahmed is a clever student. The idea is Ahmed who is clever. So compound means two ideas. Yes, it means a group of words that has two ideas. For example, yes, please.
I read the book and received the letter.
I read the book and received. So I read the book is an idea, is a sentence, is a simple sentence, and I received the letter is another simple sentence. Two simple sentences or clauses means two simple clauses means compound. Two simple clauses linked by a coordinator is a compound sentence. Now complex sentence. The complex sentence means a group of words that has, yes, one independent clause in addition to one dependent clause. One independent clause. I will go to school as soon as I get six years old. I'll go to college as soon as I finish my secondary school. Okay? So complex compound, we have at least one independent idea and one or more dependent clauses. So for example, I will go to college. I finish my secondary school. Okay? Where is the independent clause? I will go to college. As soon as I finish my secondary school is the independent one. Okay? This type of sentence called complex sentence. Okay? So, if I say I will go to college as soon as I finish my secondary school and turn like 19. Yes. I will go to college as soon as I finish my secondary school and turn 19. How about this? What do we call this? Compound complex. Okay? The whole sentence. This is as a whole complex. And this sentence, as soon as I finish my term, 19 compound. So it's complex compound or compound. Now is it clear? Good. So this is the classification by form. Sometimes we have particular form with different function. I told you about that, which is the classification of function. We have 4 types as well. Number one, please. Yes.
As a single and complete sentence, it is used to convey information to.
Very good. Which is called declarative. Number 2, interrogative. Good. 3, yes. Exclamatory. 4, imperative. Each of these types has regular function. Each of these types has a regular function, like declarative statement. You know statement? Yes. Interrogative, usually question. Exclamatory, usually exclamation. And imperative, command or order. Command, or let's say order. Okay? These are the normal functions. Function to the declarative sentence is statement. To interrogative sentence, exclamatory, and imperative, order. Now sometimes in a field of linguistics called pragmatics, we use these types of sentences, these types to convey some particular function. For example, we use declarative to ask. We use declarative sentence to be a question, or we use interrogative to be statement, or exclamation to be, or the opposite. Sometimes we use question to order, or order to question, or some the opposite.
السلام عليكم.
Declarative, we sometimes use these types, like we use statement to ask. We use a question to declare something. We use exclamation to ask or to declare. We use order to ask or to exclamate, to question or to state. And vice versa. This is called by function, classification by function. So, for example, let's have a statement. Yes?
She was a good girl.
She is a good girl. Yes. This is by form statement. By function declarative. Good. So, how about this? She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Yes. She's a good girl. By form. By form. By function. Interrogative. By function. Interrogative. So now it is declarative to function as interrogative. Good. So another one, the same form. She's a good girl. You see the tone? She's a good girl. By form. By form. By function. Exclamation. You know how to exclamate things? She's a good girl. I thought she's not. Okay? Yes. Another example. Another example. Like we say, can you please open the door? Can you open the door? Can you open the door? By form. By form. Can you open the door? By form.
Question.
Question. Can. Question. By function. Good. Order. Sometimes I say, if I need something and I cannot ask you, I say, it is good to have an extra pen. Okay? It is good to have an extra pen. By form, statement. By function, it depends on the context. What context we are. If we're doing, if I need some pen and I'm trying to ask you, then it is a question, which means, can you lend me a pen, please? Okay? If sometimes it is order, if I need to order you, give me a pen, please. So we ask, we say it is good to have an extra pen. You already will understand that I need a pen, and you either give me or say something else. Okay? And the same with the exclamatory sentence and imperative. Now, quick review. Sentence is, yes please, quickly. Sentence is, yes, that make, yes, that makes, a sense. You have to know it, guys. A sense. That makes a sense. Yes, it can be classified into two types of classification. Yes, number one, by form. Two, by function. By form, there are four types. Complex, compound, good. By function, declarative, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative. Yes, sometimes the normal function of these types are for declarative, for interrogative, for exclamatory, for imperative. Sometimes we switch the function of these types. We use, for example, declarative to mean something else like question or exclamation or order. Sometimes we use interrogative to express or even question. Okay? The same with these other things. Now that we've got the classification of the sentence, types, functions, do you think having these enough to have good sentences?
No.
Why? Why? Yes, what do you say? We need some requirements to have a good sentence, which is the other topic of this lecture. Qualities of a good sentence. There are actually four qualities. We're going to deal with them when we have the paragraph. Okay? Now we're dealing with them with the single sentence. When we have a paragraph, just a group of sentences, then we're going to come back to them. Here we're dealing with them as requirements to a good sentence. Unity, coherence, emphasis, and variety. Lack of these four requirements means unclear, ambiguous, vague sentences. Okay? So unity means ideas should be clear and logical. Coherence, again. So unity and coherence mean that the ideas should be clear and emphasis and variety, forceful and interesting ideas. Yes, let's come to them one by one. So unity means that our ideas should be clear. How we should not mention some extra details. For example, I say my uncle with bad temper who's 70 years old is shouting at me. Okay? I think the same example in the book. My uncle with a bad temper who's 70 years old is shouting at me. With a bad temper, it's okay. He's mad at me, it's okay. But how about, do we need to say who's 70, his age, who's 70 years old? What do you think? Does that make sense to you? What do you think? Huh? Yes? So, this would not make sense. Who's 70 years old would not make sense. This is called extra details. Extra details. This sentence lacks unity. This sentence lacks unity. If I just erase this, I would have my uncle with bad temper is shouting at me. طبعا bad temper is related to shouting. Okay? يعني قابل هو يضحك ويصير. فطبعا with bad temper. So this sentence could have some kind of unity. Another sentence, another example, we say Huda is a hard worker. And loves her mom. Is it good? Yes?
In this sentence, we have two ideas.
Good, two ideas, very good. One is
one
Huda is a hard worker.
And two, lives her man.
She loves her mom. Let's say mother, for more formality. So what is the connection between the first one and the second?
The first one,
Yes.
the main idea.
The first one, the main idea. The second one is the main idea as well.
Correctly?
Yes. Look, guys, here we have Huda is a hard worker, a sentence, a complete different sentence or clause from she loves her mother. If we have such a sentence, we shouldn't put and or make it a compound one. Why? Because it, as a sentence, it lacks unity. Okay? It lacks unity, so we need to make it two sentences. Okay? This idea is different from this. Making these two sentences as one sentence make it unclear, lack of unity. Okay? Yes. يعني هي هدى hard worker. إجابة تحبهم إجابة بالنص. ماكو ربط. يصير عندك ربط بها؟ ماكو، فلازم نسوي شنو جملتين. Okay, كل واحدة بها. Now coherence. Now unity. We should have clear ideas. Otherwise, there is no unity. Okay? Now coherence. Clear and logical. I have a good example. Can I say I had my breakfast, I arranged my books, and then I waited for my ride to come. Okay? After that, I washed my face, I arranged my hair, and went to college. Can I say that? Should be. Why? There is no order, no logic. Can I go to college before washing my face?
No.
Can't. So there is no coherence. There is no coherence. And do you remember the story I told you about my friend's brother? Once I visited a friend of mine and I didn't find him. I called him. He told me to wait him with his brother. His brother was handicapped, so he kept talking. In slang they say he has a big mouth. Okay? And for a moment he told me, we went to Iran, we went by train, and the train was going so fast, and suddenly he told me, and then he did like this. I asked him, who did like this? He said, because the pilot was doing this.
Yes.
Okay? and I hope you understand this. Anyway, so this is coherence. This is what we mean by coherence, no logical arrangement. I have an example. Ahmed said he would go, or Ahmed said in the evening he would go. Okay? So, what do we mean by this sentence? Ahmed said in the evening he would go. So, when would he go? When would he go? When would he go? In the evening? So, when did he say that? In the evening? Huh? There is no logic. He said in the evening, or he would go in the evening. Huh? So, there is no logic, which means no coherence. When understanding a sentence, there should be some kind of coherence. Saying Ahmed said in the evening he would go, something will be vague to the reader and consequently ambiguous in meaning. So I cannot understand. I would understand Ahmed said that in the evening. Somebody else would understand Ahmed said he would go in the evening. The same thing I told you about in Arabic. مدرب الفريق الأسباني. من هو الأسباني؟ المدرب والفريق. والمدرب شبيه. So there is no coherence in this. We either say in the evening, Ahmed said he would go. This is one possibility. Or Ahmed said he would go in the evening. Okay? Now it makes sense. Now it is coherent. The same thing when we talk, when we express our ideas. When we read the paragraph, we'll talk more about this. Okay? Now this is coherence. Now coherence means, yes, logical, or sentence should be logically arranged or ordered. Sentence should be logically arranged or ordered. These two requirements should make the sentence clear and consequently our ideas will be, yes, clear and logical. Now let's move to the emphasis. Emphasis, the sentence should be forceful. Okay? I'm going to give you some examples. Like at the age of 19, I will go to college. Okay? I will go to college at the age of 19. Okay? Now, what do we mean by this and what do we mean by this? at the age of 19, I will go to college. I will go to college at the age of 19. Both have the same meaning. Both of these sentences have the same meaning. But the difference is on the part we focus on. On the part we focus on the emphasis, the force of focus, the force of information. Okay? In the first sentence, in the first one, we put the focus, the force, the emphasis on the age. My age is going to be 19 when I go to college. At the age of 19, I'll go to college. So the first sentence, the focus is age. And that's why we put it in the beginning. In the second one, I will go to college at the age of, so the focus is going to college. The focus is on going to college. And keep in mind that in terms of information structure, we always put new information and after them the given ones. Okay? So this is a new information, this is given information. New information, we call it this theme, and this ream. Theme, ream. New information, given information. Okay? Focus, this is focus, and this is normal. Emphasis or force, regular, and so on. Okay? So this is emphasis. Sometimes there is another example. If I say Ahmed had, or why saying Ahmed? Let's have another name. Let's say Hassan. What do you say? Huh? Why are you saying Ahmed? Hassan had an exam. So, if we ask, who had the exam? Hassan had the exam. So the first thing is Hassan. What is the emphasis? Hassan. Hassan had the exam. If I say, what did Hassan have? Hassan had. So the second emphasis on had, on the verb. What did he do? Okay? Hassan had the exam. And what did Hassan have? What did Hassan do? Sorry? What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? He had the exam. First we said, who had the exam? We said Hassan had it. Then what did Hassan have? We said exam. And then what did he do? So one sentence has three possible intonations. Three possible, let's say, types of intonation. Okay? According to emphasis, according to force, to focus. First, the focus is on Hassan. The second, on the exam. And the third, Okay? Now when making sentences, you have to make your sentence forceful enough to be interesting, to be variant. Okay? Now this leads us to the fourth and last one, which is variety. Variety. Now before the emphasis means that your sentence should be forceful enough to be interesting. Now variety, the last one, variety. Yes, what do you mean by variety? Yes, variety. يلا. Yes, variety. بالعربي يحكونا معودين. عارفين هاي الصفة. وأنا فرحان وأشرح. variety. هاي شارحيها بمحاضرة. شارحيها؟ يلا variety, variant. ها؟ متنوع. variety متنوع. مختلف. ها؟ هذا أساس شنو؟ ها؟ variety. ها؟ متنوع. Okay? Variety متنوع. Yes. So variety means we have different types of sentences, different structures. Like you cannot say Ali goes to school, or Ali has his breakfast, Ali goes to school, Ali enters to school, Ali enters to class, Ali does his homework. This would be lame, cheesy one. Okay? We can say Ali, who is a clever student, a hard worker one, goes every day to school. 3 or 4 sentences or clauses for ideas will be in one sentence, in one variant sentence, to be more interested, to be readable, to be likable when reading. Okay? So can we say Jack is a student. Jack is a student. He is a smart one. He does his homework, and so on. Or we could say Jack is a student, or is a smart student who always does, etc. Okay? Which is better, this or this? What do you say? The second one, good. The second one. Jack is a smart student who always does his homework. It seems like more interesting, more variant. And instead of saying 2 sentences, 2 short, simple ones, it is here one sentence. Okay? One sentence having the same value of ideas, the same value of structure, and consequently variant, then clear, logical. Okay? So that's all about these 4 requirements. Okay? Now, for a sentence to be good, there are 4 requirements. Yes? 4 requirements. Yes, Abbas. Number 1, unity. Yes, please. Coherence. Yes. Emphasis. Yes. Variety. So unity and coherence mean that the sentence should be clear and logical. Clear means no extra details. No extra details. Logical means order of the sentence. We arrange the sentence in logical order. Now, emphasis and variety mean, yes, forceful and forceful. Forceful means, yes, yes, we focus on new information. We focus on new information and interesting, yes. Should be likable, readable, variant. Okay? All right. Now, sometimes, and always the learner has some lack in always in coherence. Okay? So this lack is due to also 4 reasons. Are okay with that?
Yes.
Can I raise it? Good. I think we're going to say something about lack of coherence is due to because of 4 reasons. Is due to 4 reasons. Number 1, faulty arrangement. You remember what you say here? Logical arrangement. Logically ordered. The sentence should be logically ordered. Okay? So sometimes we start with faulty arrangement. Then we would have incoherence. No coherence. Incoherence means, yes, incoherence, yes, vague, ambiguous, faulty arrangement. Yes, the second one. Remind me of them. Incoherence. Vague use of pronouns. Vague use of pronouns. Omission. Sometimes we omit some necessary or grammatical words. Omission of necessary words. And the last and the most important one is inconsistency. You know inconsistency? Okay. Let's start by the first one. So now we have 4 reasons 4 reasons why sometimes we have incoherent sentence. Okay? Faulty arrangement. 2. Yes, please. Vague use of pronouns. Yes. 3. Omission of necessary words and inconsistency. Yes? Inconsistency. Yes, so faulty arrangement, we mean in logical order. For example, we have the word only. This is an adverb. Only. Only modifies what follows it. Okay? Only modifies what follows it. Okay? So if I have the example, he said or he told me, that he only had an exam. Now only modifies exam. If I say he told me that only he had an exam. So only modifies he. Okay? Now, if I say he told me only that he had an exam. So only here only modifies that. That. Now here only modifies 3 different things in one and only one sentence. Okay? Now it depends on what you mean. If you mean here, if you mean only the exam, nothing else, only the exam. He had only the exam, nothing else. If you mean so, then your sentence is coherent. If you mean no one else, if you mean this and you make this sentence, then your sentence will be incoherent. If you mean no one else and you say he told me that he only had an exam, then your sentence is gonna be incoherent. Okay? If you hear he told me that nothing else that he told me, only this. Okay? Now, if you say, if you mean no one else and you say this, again, your sentence is gonna be incoherent. Why? Because you modify had an exam and you mean only he. So if I put this to mean this one, your sentence will be incoherent. If you bring this instead of this meaning, again your sentence will be why? Because faulty arrangement. Because the words are arranged wrongly. Okay? So this is what do we mean by faulty arrangement. Okay? Now, if we put if we put the words in their different positions, there will be no coherence. Okay? Now this is faulty arrangement. So now faulty arrangement, putting words out of order. Putting words out of order. Now, the second one, vague use of pronouns. I'll write a sentence here and you tell me. Yes, your name? Riyam. Riyam met. Yes? Sarah. Riyam met Sarah. ما بيش a sentence. She told her that she would go in the evening. But she refused because she was making a dinner, for example. Okay? Yes. Now, can you tell me who is she here? Riyam. Who is her here?
Sarah.
Who is she here? Who is she here? You get lost, right? I mean here, Sarah. Here's maybe I mean Riyam. Can you figure it out? You can't. Can't. You'll be lost. You'll be lost with the vague use of pronouns. So how about this? Riyam met Sarah and told her. And here we say and told her. Now who told whom?
Riyam told Sarah.
Wow. Okay? That she, who is she?
Riyam.
So you see this vague use of pronouns. Okay? You have to be more logical. Saying this will result in incoherence, incoherent sentences. Okay? Now, sometimes we omit some necessary words. Sometimes we omit some necessary words, like the same sentence. We say Riyam met Sarah. She told her that, without that, she told her she would go in the evening, but she reviewed, for example. Okay? Now, Riyam met Sarah. She told her she would go in evening, but she refused. Omitting these words, that, and the ed of past would give incoherent sentence. Incoherent sentence. Okay? And there is another good, simple, nice example. Sometimes we say Imam Ali. Imam Ali. You see this? P B U H, which means peace be upon him. Good. Imam Ali, peace be upon him. What do you say? Was a great leader? What do you say? Or is a great leader? What do you say? Why is not what was, or why was not is? Now you're saying is. Why? Yes?
Because he died.
Because he's dead, then we should say was. So what do you say about is? Yes? He continues, yes?
We talk about him at this time.
Present, good. So though Imam Ali is dead, but we're working by his code until now, till this moment. Okay, we're working by his teachings, his code until this moment. So we cannot say Imam Ali was a great leader. We should say is a great. And if saying was, then we omit the most necessary part, which is. Okay? And consequently we have incoherent sentence. Now, the fourth one is inconsistency. Inconsistency, I think that's enough for today. For next time, we'll continue with inconsistency and the exercises. Try to review all what we have for today, and we will have the inconsistency and the exercises. Now, before this lecture, we talked about sentence, types of sentence, classifications of sentence, by form and by function. By form, we said there are 4 types: simple, compound, complex, compound. By function, also 4 types: declarative, interrogative, exclamatory, and imperative. Then we talked about qualities of a good sentence. There are fortunately 4 as well. We're working by 4. Yes, unity, coherence, clear and logical ideas, emphasis, variety, forceful, and then we talked about lack of coherence. The reasons why we have incoherence. 4 reasons: faulty arrangement of words inside the one sentence, vague use of pronouns, yes, omission of necessary words, and inconsistency, which is our topic for the next lecture. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.